Today on the show, we're going to take a look at the Uttarakhand tunnel disaster, where 41 workers remain trapped now for a week after the tunnel that they were working in Uttarkashi district caved in last Sunday. As different plans for rescue have been started and then abandoned, now a third drilling machine has been brought from Indore, and drilling will be done from 4 directions, is what authorities have said. They have also said it could take another 5 to 6 days. But NDTV has also found building plans for the tunnel that clearly show an escape tunnel was supposed to have been built in case of any accident, and this was never done. We will be discussing these issues ahead, but first, Kishore Rawat reports from the accident site.
शुक्रवार से ड्रिलिंग मशीन का काम नहीं चल रहा है। वजह अंदर लैंडस्लाइड हुआ था और कुछ तकनीकी कारण के कारण काम नहीं हो पाया है। लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री के पूर्व सलाहकार भास्कर खुर्बे और प्रधानमंत्री के डिप्टी सेक्रेटरी मंगलेश घड़ियाल पहुंचे और उन्होंने यहां पर अधिकारियों की मीटिंग ली और पूरे इलाके का दौरा किया और इस नतीजे पहुंचे हैं कि इस पर 5 तरीके से टनल में ड्रिल किया जाएगा। पहला, ये सामने सिलक्यारा टनल से ड्रिल किया जाएगा। दूसरा, जो सामने सबसे बड़ा काम जो शुरू हो चुका है, वो सामने पोकलैंड मशीन काम शुरू कर दिया, वो सड़क बना रही है और वर्टिकल ड्रिल किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा बरकोट, जहां पर इस टनल ने मिलना था, वहां से भी ड्रिल किया जाएगा। इस टनल के हॉरिजॉन्टल यानी इस साइड और इस साइड यानी राइट और लेफ्ट साइड से दोनों जगह से भी ड्रिल किया जाएगा। इसमें एक्सपर्ट्स ने एक राय दी है कि यहां से खतरा ज्यादा है क्योंकि तेजी से मलबा नीचे आ रहा है, इसलिए ड्रिल दोनों तरफ से किया जाए। हॉलैंड से एक मशीन आनी है, उसमें भी करीबन 16 से 17 घंटे लग सकते हैं और जो ड्रिल करेगी वो भी लगभग यही समय है कि 16 से 17 घंटे वो ड्रिल करेगी। उसके लिए सड़क बनाई जा रही है और लगातार काम किया जा रहा है। इसमें सतत जल विद्युत परियोजना, NHPC, NHI, DCL, इसके अलावा ONGC, ऋषिकेश कर्णप्रयाग रेल लाइन के एक्सपर्ट्स और PWD तमाम जो जुट गए हैं एक्सपर्ट्स कि किस तरीके से यहाँ पे 5 जगह से ड्रिल करना है, कैसे इसको पूरा अंदर तक जो लोग फंसे हैं उनको कैसे बाहर निकालना है। लगातार सभी की राय थी कि इस पे लगातार डीएल किया, यानी 5 का प्लान शुरू हो चुका है और प्रधानमंत्री के पूर्व सलाहकार भास्कर खुल्बे ने साफ कहा है कि इस ऑपरेशन में 5 से 6 दिन लग सकते हैं, यानी 7 दिन उनको फंसे हो चुके हैं और अब ऐसे में 5 से 7 दिन उनको इंतजार करना पड़ेगा और जब इंतजार करना पड़ेगा उनके समय है बढ़ जाएगा। लेकिन उम्मीद यही है कि जो भी प्लान तेजी से एग्जीक्यूट करेगा और जो भी ड्रिल करके उनसे जल्दी पहुंचेगा उनको बाहर निकाला जा सकेगा। कुल मिलाकर सभी एक्सपर्ट और सारा पूरा तंत्र प्रशासन रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन में जुट गया है और उम्मीद है कि जल्द उनको निकाला जाएगा, लेकिन फिलहाल उनको 5 से 6 या 7 दिन इंतजार करना पड़ सकता है। कई तरह के सवाल उठ रहे हैं कि आखिर ये 40 जिंदगियां क्यों फंसी। लगातार जो काम कर रहे श्रमिक है, जो उनके साथ काम कर रहे हैं, उसके स्थानीय लोग हैं, उनका कहना है कि जो टनल है, इस टनल में एस्केप टनल नहीं बनाई गई, ह्यूमन पाइप नहीं डाला गया जिससे वो बाहर निकल सकते थे। इस तरह के कई तरह के सवाल है और लगातार इसमें सवालों पर जहाँ ये कंपनी है वो घिर रही है। चूंकि अगर कोई भी टनल बनती है उसमें नॉर्म्स ये बताए जा रहे हैं कि 3 किलोमीटर तक की टनल में जब भी बनती है उससे ज़्यादा उसमें एस्केप ह्यूमन पाइप या टनल होना चाहिए, जबकि इस जगह पर ये जो मलबा है वो गिर रहा था। एक मैप की बात करता हूँ, ये मैप बेहद ही इम्पोर्टेंट लगता है और इसमें 2 चीज़ें हैं, मैं इस तरह से दिखाता हूँ। ये देखिए, इसमें लिखा है प्रपोजल फॉर द ड्रिफ्टिंग रेस्क्यू टनल विद द पाइप फ्लोरिंग। ये मैप वो मैप है जिसमें बताया गया कि टनल का शेप है और इसमें कैसे एस्केप टनल बननी है। ये 400 mm का फ्लोर कंक्रीट है और एक हाइट दी गई है, इस हाइट से ये निकालना है। इसमें हर चीज़ है, प्रपोज लेंथ 63 मीटर, 114 मीटर, पाइप प्रूफिंग 369 RM। ये जो पूरी चीज़ें दिखाई गई है, ये मैप जब वीके सिंह आए थे उनके जो डिस्प्ले किया था उस मैप में ये दिखाया गया था। इस मैप की अगर बात करें, या तो ये मैप जब ये बनाया गया था उस समय का मैप है कि कैसे हम एस्केप टनल भी इसमें डिज़ाइन की जाएगी ताकि कोई घटना होती है लोग आएंगे, या फिर अब की बात कर रहे हैं। अब में तो कुछ ऐसा लग नहीं रहा है कि ये लोग फंस गए और इस तरह से टनल निकाली जाएगी, जो एस्केप टनल निकाली जाएगी। लेकिन ये जो मैप है, मैं एक बार फिर से दिखाऊंगा, ये मैप बहुत कुछ कह रहा है। इस मैप में एस्केप टनल बनानी थी, कंक्रीट बनाना था, लेकिन नहीं बनाया गया। यानी जो सवाल उठाए जा रहे हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं इस हद तक सच हो रहे हैं इस मैप के ज़रिए कि गलतियां हुई है जिसकी वजह से ये 40 लोग अंदर फंसे हैं और इनके साथ जो काम करने वाले श्रमिक हैं उनका यही कहना है कि पहले भी लैंडस्लाइड हो रहा था, वहाँ पे एस्केप जो टनल्स थी यानी ह्यूमन पाइप लगाए थे वो बाहर निकाल के रख दिए गए हैं।
All right, so many questions are being raised about this tunnel and the operation there, and there is a committee also to look into what led to this accident. But as Kishore was reporting, an escape tunnel was never made. Now this accident has also raised concerns about construction activity in Uttarakhand, especially around the ambitious Char Dham project to build all-weather roads and tunnels in Uttarakhand that will connect to pilgrimage sites, and whether enough caution is being taken as this project is underway. To talk more about this, we're joined on the show by Naveen Kumar Bhatnagar, former DIG, NDRF, Anup Nautiyal, social worker from Uttarakhand, and Dr. Sameer Parekh, a psychiatrist. Naveen Bhatnagar, first to you, if you can talk about this, how challenging this entire operation has been. It's been a week now since these 41 men have been stuck inside, and according to authorities, it's going to take 5 to 6 more days. There have been various plans. A drill was first got from Haridwar, then another drill was gotten from Delhi, and then from Indore, and now it seems the plan is to drill from all 4 directions.
Yeah. So, in fact, all the preventive measures has been taken before construction this tunnel, and also it was audited, and as well as the experts gave their opinion after making this survey and all this thing. So there is no compromise in the quality, and but in this process some thing goes wrong, as I felt it. Means it may be caused due to this construction, or maybe caused to this natural something goes wrong. Anyhow, it's our prime duty to save the people. So already communication has been set up with these people, and proper water and food and communication and other things have been provided to them. But of course, it's a really challenging job for us as well as the government also, because a typical type of this situation created, we can say that it's a natural calamity, is a natural phenomena, because as we know that these rocks are so very soft rocks, this sandy rocks. In this type of conditions, there are chances of such incidents. But anyhow, the proper adequate measures, safety measures were taken. I don't know what is the opinion of the other people, but to me, all the safety measures.
And the committee is going to look into these aspects, what led to this accident, but there have also been concerns over projects in the hills, and how ever since there's been a lot of drilling, a lot of tunnel digging, road widening. This has just increased the number of landslides taking place, and every time then rescue operations have to be launched to rescue people in the landslides.
Yeah, definitely. It happens. It happens. It's a natural phenomena. It may happen. So, but anyhow, proper after making this survey and audit and all these things, it was started. As per my experience, which I have felt in previous area also, that we have succeeded in these conditions. So anyhow, it is the first time that is a typical challenge that we have failed in this rescue operation. Anyhow, there are 5 plans already going on, and experts from Norway and other countries also, they are there to give the aid and to help the people. Anyhow, our NDRF is expert in this field. So whenever we will be able to approach the our target, means the people were stuck, 40 people stuck. So whenever we will be able to approach there, so immediately our expert NDRF people will go there inside, and they will take out first to the people who are very weak and somehow mentally disordered. So we'll take out these people and give the medical aid. Right. So slowly everybody will come out. See, I'll pray from the God and also from you people that throughout the India, we should pray for them.
No, absolutely. And, it's been absolutely, it's so concerning and it's so worrying also. And one can just imagine what the families, what those men are going through. Anup Nautiyal talking about, the impact these projects has had on Uttarakhand, that once again, those concerns have been sparked. It's said that ever since, 2010 onwards, a number of landslides in the region have increased because of this constant activity and drilling. And what's welcome is the Chief Minister has said that they're going to, take a look and review other tunnel projects as well.
Gargi, thanks for having me on your show. First of all, let me express my complete disapproval, and if I may say so, also dismay at what Dr. Bhatnagar has said. I completely disagree with the fact that this is a natural, what is happening in Silkyara is a natural phenomenon. Let us be super clear and let us be emphatic about the fact that this is a completely man-made tragedy. This is not at all natural. In fact, this is a very, very, before of course I answer your question, but this is a very, very dangerous tendency to shift the goalpost and, put blame either on the climate crisis or either on a natural phenomena. So this, as you know, when you began your program, you mentioned several times about the fact that this particular 1400 crore project had to have an escape tunnel. And of all the people, there is a cabinet, Central Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs chaired by none less than the Honorable Prime Minister, which has, given approval to this particular project with specific mention of an escape tunnel. I will in fact go one step further and rather demand that why these companies, they should not be booked for culpable homicide for putting the lives of 41 innocent, poor men, on the mat. So this, I think, is, because this mindset, Gargi, I think even before we start talking about Uttarakhand and the 41 laborers, I think that this is a very, very dangerous trend. So anyway, having said that, to answer your question, Gargi, also the landscape in which all these projects are coming up is the landscape of Uttarakhand. Of course, we all know about the fragility of the Himalayas, but let me take you back to a report called the Landslide Atlas of India that was released by none else but ISRO in the month of February 2023. And for those, with a failing memory, let me also remind them that ISRO is the same organization whose Chandrayaan, when it went up, the entire nation was so jubilant. It is the same ISRO which released its Landslide Atlas report in the month of February 2023 for 17 states and 2 union territories across the country, where they mapped 147 districts for their landslide vulnerability. What is extremely concerning from the point of view of Uttarakhand, that the most vulnerable district across the entire country is the district of Rudraprayag. The second most vulnerable district is the district of Tihri. And in the Garhwal Himalayas, where the Chardham Pariyojana is getting executed, so all these districts, in fact, Uttarkashi, this particular where the tunnel is located. So, be it Rudraprayag, be it Tihri, be it Uttarkashi, be it Chamoli, be it Pauri, and these are the districts from where this Pariyojana is passing. All these districts are in the top 30 most vulnerable areas, So this fragility and vulnerability, I think, is extremely serious, as far as Uttarakhand is concerned. Needless to say that, and this also is very, very ironical, Gargi, that, you have ISRO and then you have Niti Aayog, and these are Government of India institutions. What are they making these reports for? Why are they putting in so much of effort when the government itself is not going to look at these reports and, go on this reckless spree to keep on constructing, as if there was no tomorrow? So this, I think, is extremely serious. And this is, the first point that I wish to make. As far as this Silkyara is concerned, today is the 7th day. Several plans, they have sort of bitten the dust. Now, of course, 5 more new plans are on the anvil.
Right, we've gone from plan A, B, C, D, E, F.
One can only be hopeful. One can only be hopeful. And one can only pray, as many of us are doing, that the laborers come out safe, sound, and unscathed, or with least possible damages from based on this ongoing rescue effort.
Right, Dr. Bhatnagar, I understand it might be difficult for you to come in and criticize or really question the government on this, but all we're saying is that with an increase in these sort of projects and the drilling that takes place, the road cutting for the widening, the cutting of the mountain that is happening for road widening, this is only going to increase the job of the NDRF as we see more and more landslides and it's the locals who suffer in these landslides the most.
Actually, my concern is about the rescue operation and how we can rescue the people, how in what way and how much instrument or equipments we require for the rescue. So we are concerned about it. We can't criticize the government or the other people. So you need not to worry about it. Anyhow, but to me, as I know that in such conditions, the survey, audit and other things going on. But as my dear friend expert is saying like that, so it may be, but I'm not competent authority.
Because one of the criticisms, we do know the Char Dham Yatra, the project was actually taken to the Supreme Court, but finally when it came to the issue of national security and having roads that lead to China, the Supreme Court also gave in. But let's now focus on the workers who are trapped. It's been 1 week, and Dr. Samir Parekh, you've been waiting very patiently, but it's been a week now. Today, authorities have said it could take another 5 to 6 days. They're going to start drilling from all sides. We do know that if you could talk about how important it is to keep their morale up. We do know that there's communication, they're talking to them through the walkie-talkies, medicines are also being given to them, vitamins as well as antidepressants.
Gargi, these are not circumstances we prepare for. There are no toolkits and there are no skill sets. This is just I think the most extreme experience individuals can experience, and for us to even try and give a do-it-yourself toolkit or something is as insensitive as it gets, to be honest. Let's look at what is possible and what should be given or done. One, obviously, we try and take care of nutrition and hydration to the best that we can, our most basic requirements. Second is communication, which is very, very important. Because communication also, A, with your own family, B, communication if we can about what is happening, because that communication of what is happening instills a sense of hope. Because it would be as human to lose a sense of hope as time progresses. So when you get hope by what people are doing outside, how people are trying and how people believe that there is a solution, that message in the most genuine, compassionate manner is very important. Third aspect is how individuals together become cohesive, become more a group, because from motivation to hope to helplessness to distress to anxiety to all of the various emotions that you can imagine will keep happening to individuals, and you'll need someone to help and hold hand of someone else, and probably as time passes it's taking turns for each other. And I think deep down faith plays its own part, the hope and positivity of faith. That's what we can do, and
right.
Simultaneously taking care of the families. And we must understand how tough it would be to be on the outside knowing that your loved one is trapped inside. We need to bring the best out of our responsibility and compassion, and we need to be as genuine as we can. Hope does not come with false narratives. Hope comes when you...
Right. No, absolutely. And, the morale of the workers is very, very important. I was reading in the papers how one of the workers, when he was talking to his brother, said, just don't tell our mother. And he didn't want to, he was concerned about the mother knowing that he's trapped in the tunnel. I can't imagine what he's going through, and the fact that his, utmost concern is his mother. It's just it's very, very, concerning, and everybody, I hope, praise for the workers to be rescued safely and soon. As much as we're praying for the World Cup tomorrow, we should pray for these workers as well. Finally, Anoop Nautiyal, the committee has been set up to look into what led to this disaster, whether the company was cutting corners, whether safety was compromised, and also the larger picture about, like the Chief Minister said, once again I say it's a very welcome statement that they're going to look at other tunneling projects as well.
Gargi, the track record with all these committees, sadly has not been the most encouraging so far. And, so committees come and committees go. We have so many disasters all the time, and from each disaster, we are frankly not really learning anything. We are lurching from one disaster to the other. But I know that we don't have a lot of time, but perhaps before we go, I would like to share a new perspective, Gargi, with you and, with people who are watching this program, which is also the economics of the Himalayan region. So this, also when we are stepping back and really trying to understand that why so many projects are happening. So the government of Uttarakhand, like the rest of the country, also has a very ambitious goal to double its GSDP in the next 5 years. So is that the reason why so many projects? So this 12,000 crore Char Dham Pariyojana, the 23,000 crore rail link between Rishikesh to Karan and a slew of other projects, a host of other projects. So this economic angle also, I think, needs to be laid bare, to be discussed. Because a lot of these projects are coming up due to these economic reasons, as we've already spoken. This particular landscape is not the most favorable from a construction and infrastructure standpoint. Uttarakhand as a state also stands out, for the massive devastation that has happened here. One more factual information which I would like to share with you and with others is data that was shared by the Honorable Environment Minister on the floor of the Lok Sabha a few months ago, when he informed the country that the largest forest diversion across all Himalayan states in the country, in fact, he was speaking about the entire country,
right,
but it is Uttarakhand. So Uttarakhand has had the maximum forest diversion of more than 14,000 hectares in the last 15 years. And just to give you a sense of perspective, Gargi,
right. Well,
the area of Himachal, I know we don't have time, but the area of Himachal Pradesh is a little bit bigger than Uttarakhand. Himachal Pradesh forests have been diverted less than 7,000 hectares. So there are so many perspectives when it comes to construction,
right,
infrastructure.
Absolutely. And right now, we're praying that these workers are rescued, but also the larger concerns regarding the kind of construction work taking place in the hills. I also dread that once these roads are there, the amount of tourists coming in and the impact that is going to have on the state as well. Thank you so much all for joining us on the program this evening.